Hey everyone, so here's our last video on solving rational equations. We're going to start with this equation x plus 2 over x minus 4 over x minus 1 equals negative 2 over x squared minus x. So remember, the first step is always going to be to make sure that your denominators are factored. So this first denominator, there's nothing we can do to factor. We cannot do anything here. However, this denominator we can factor into we can factor out an x, and it leaves me with x minus 1. Okay, so next we're going to look for our least common denominator. And our least common denominator here comes from each of these denominators. So whatever factors you see in those denominators, they need to be in your least common denominator. So I know I'm going to have x from the first one. I know from the second I'm going to have x minus 1. And in this third denominator, I have an x and an x minus 1. And I have both of them already here. So I don't need to repeat them, right? We only repeat if it repeats twice in the same denominator. So there's my least common denominator. And I'm going to multiply the whole equation by x times x minus 1. So remember, the ultimate goal is to get rid of those denominators so that eventually you can solve for x. So what cancels out here? These x's cancel out. Here x minus 1 cancels, and here x and x minus 1 cancel. So what am I left with? Okay, I'm left with x plus 2, x minus 1, minus 4x equals negative 2. Okay, going to distribute. So I have x squared minus x plus 2x minus 2 minus 4x is negative 2. I'm going to combine my like terms. I have x squared minus 5. Oh, I have x squared. I have negative x and a positive 2x, which is a positive x, minus 4x, which is minus 3x. Okay, and then minus 2 equals minus 2. So if I add this 2 on both sides, they cancel out. So I'm left with x squared minus 3x equals 0. And so remember, the goal is to solve, right? In order to solve, we got rid of those denominators. Now we only have, we don't have any denominators. So now we just have an equation with just variables in terms. And so I'm going to factor here, x minus 3 equals 0, and solve. So x is 0, and then x minus 3 equals 0. X is 3. And so here are my two solutions. And once again, we're going to go back and see, do our solutions work? If I substitute them in, will it give me 0 in the denominator? And because of this denominator here, I can't use 0. I substitute 0 in, it will give me a 0 in the denominator in that first rational expression. And so our only solution is going to be x equals